Hello, Jadis here. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to model domestic pipes in Revit MEP, and that's an easy process. You just need to take the steps that I'm going to show you in here. The first step is to have the plan. If you want to just design it, then you can skip this part, but most of the part you get a DWG plan, and for that, for example, in here we have a DWG file. I open it in here. The first step in the CAD file that you have to do is that you see you have all of the plans. You have to just select one of the plans, for example, domestic water for floor 1, and bring it into another file. For example, in one of the files like this that I have placed also in here. You can get all of the files on Patreon. And then you have to, or it is better to bring it into Revit and then work on it. And that's the way that we are going to do this. And then we also have an architecture part. For the architecture part, there is two scenarios. The first scenario is that you, as a MEP engineer or MEP modeler, receive the model from architectural side, and you just need to link it to your model and then start to go. But sometimes the architect doesn't work with the Revit, so you can create a small and simple architectural model for yourself too. And as you can see, I have the architectural file in here too. If we go to the floor plan, we have the architectural file, and I modeled it in a simple way. And then we are going to use this one as a base for our MEP modeling. Then the second step, after preparing everything from the CAD and architectural model, you need to create a MEP file for yourself. For this one, I'm not going to use the multidiscipline for Revit 2024 template, and I prefer to use default metric or system metric ones. Let's just go to the browse, and in here, let's go to templates and English here. And in here, I want to use system default metric. This is the one that I'm going to use. Click on open, and let's create the MEP project. Another step that I want to take is to delete the views that I don't want. I don't need the lighting views in here. Let's open one of the plumbings in here, and then delete the HVAC ones in here. And then we are good to go. The next step is to bring the architectural file or link it in here. To do it, let's go to the Insert tab, and in here you have the link Revit, and let's select the Revit file. Click on open it again, and it's simple as that. And now our model is in here. The second step in this stage is to bring the design CAD also in this view. To do it, you can use link CAD again, and then let's bring this one, and I want to preserve the colors, and I just want to link it only to this view. So I click on current view only, and then click on open, and then wait a little bit. Then you have to have the file. But the problem is here, the scaling, we have a problem with the scaling. Activate, select pin elements, and also select link elements, and select this. And in here, I want to move it to the right place first, from here to here. Because it's pinned, it doesn't allow you. You have to first unpin it in here, and then move it from the corner to corner. And then the next step, to select the CAD file and click on scale in here, and click here, and click here. And then let's say we want this in this size. And then we have the CAD file at top of the architectural file that we have brought. Then let's select the CAD file and let's pin it. And in here, I want to deactivate the select link element and also select pin elements to make everything easier. The designer have used inch for the tagging of it, but because I am working in metric, I just bring a calculator and I calculate. And now we are ready to start the modeling. But another thing that I would like to do is to make the CAD file halftone to make it easier to work. Now we want to start, and for this one, the green ones are our domestic cold water, and then orange ones are our domestic hot water. And then let's just start for the pipes. And for the pipe types, you can use just default pipes in the Revit if it's not that important for you. But because I want to teach you everything in here, you have to look at your standards in your country and see which kind of pipes are suitable for you. For most of the time, we use multi-layer pipes for the cold and hot domestic waters. And if you go to the BIM object, you can search for the objects there too. But I have downloaded already, and we don't need to go there again. But this is the name. As I said, you can get it on Patreon, or you can just download it yourself. And as you can see, this is a RETE. So we have to find a way how to bring this into our project. We have to create an empty project from this RTE. Let's just go to the new and project, browse in here and paste the address in here, and then select the file and open and okay. As you can see, this is the file when you create it from that template, and when you go to the level 1, you will see the pipes and different pipe types that are available in this template. But the easiest way to bring all of these types into our own project is go to the project, and then let's go to the manage. And in here we have an option which is transfer project standards. And in here I want to select the project 2. And from here I will click on checking out. And from the pipe I want to bring the everything about pipe to this project, and now we are good to go. Click on OK and then wait a little bit, and then you will have everything. You can just overwrite it, it's not a big deal. Let's go to the system tab, and in here we just click on pipe. And in here, if you look at it, you can see we have different types of pipes in here, for example with different thickness and those kind of things. And if you want to check them, you can see them in here. You can see the naming in here. For example, we have 2 millimeters and the sizes, and also the main type that we see in here. For example, I want to use this one, and I just close it and close this part. These two last steps can be changed and they are interchangeable. You can start with piping and modeling pipes, and then start to add the furnitures, for example dishwasher, wash basin and toilet and everything else. Or you can do it vice versa and start first, add the furniture and then do it. To add the furniture, I have prepared a folder for you. It's just a Revit folder, and it's not that specific thing, but if you want to use them really fast, you can go to our Patreon. And here you have everything you could want. For example, we can go to the water closet, and in here sometimes the drag and drop doesn't work, unfortunately, and then you have to go to the insert, and in here you have to say, click on load family. You can see the type of water closet you are going to use. For example, I'm going to use this one, or maybe this one. Click on open, and let's go to the system type and plumbing fixture. I have it in here. I'm just going to place it in here. But what do we want exactly from this kind of furnitures in here? The first one is to make the plan nicer and understandable. Another thing, but also one of the important part is if I go to the Trinity plumbing part, and I want to put it on wireframe for now. And if I select this one, you can see in here and also in here we have different connections, and you can just click on the connections and start drawing the pipes. For example, this one gets has a connection of cold water, and also in here we have a connection of sanitary, so it will give us the connection that we need. So I will place the other furniture in here. Okay, I placed a few of them. You can continue and place all of them, but for the sake of this video it's enough. And then I start modeling it, and then just click on pipe, and in here the only thing before modeling is to make sure that you are drawing and you're modeling in the right system type to have the right filter. You have to use domestic cold water and for the height of it. In here, again, according to your standards or your country, for example, in here in Germany and also in Iran, most of the time we use the floor as the place and we model the pipes under the floor, or you can use the ceiling part too. But in here, I'm going to model them in the floor. Then in here, I start to model it, and in here, I just click the diameter. I want to use 20 millimeter, and for the height, I just want to put it on minus 40 centimeter in here, and then start modeling. I just create one in here, and then we encounter the first problem, and that is we can't see it. But what is the problem? The problem is the view range. You just press VR for the view range in here, and then in here put the cut plane or something like 0, and in here put the bottom and view depth on minus, for example, 1000, and you should be good to go. And then we see it. If you want to see the pipe as a 3D, you just need to put the level, the detail level on fine, and then you see it. The next thing that I would like to have is to have the color on my pipes. For example, if they are cold domestic water or domestic cold water, we want them blue, and if they are hot domestic water, we want them as red. To do that, you have to create filters and add filters. To do that, press VG, and let's go to the filter. In here, I click on add, and in this part we have it already, and it's just part of the template. You just add it. And for the hydraulic, I just remove this one. And for the pattern, I want the cold water to be solid, and also, for example, this blue cyan. And for the domestic hot water, I want them to be solid again and red, a little lighter, and that's, I think they are good. We are good to go, and click on OK, and now they are blue. If you want, you can change the line too. And let's see it in section 2. Sections are your friend in MEP modeling. Because of that, I have created a keyboard shortcut for myself for section. You can press KS and search for section, and you can create any kind of shortcut you want. For me, SE is a friend of mine for sections. I have changed it section to SE, and for a split element I use SS. So I just press SE and create a section in here, and let's put the scale on maybe 125. Let's go to the section and put it on fine. Now we can see our pipes are not in the place that we want. We just put it on, maybe let's bring it up, and I want to put it in here, let's say in here. And let's go to the plumbing, and let's start, and just click on it and continue, or draw pipe. And in here, let's go here, and in here I didn't use that one, so let's use maybe this one or this one. I'm going to use this one, and let's click on draw pipe, and let's continue in this side. And now we have this kind of connection. I want this kind of connection in here, and it goes with the same size to here, and also here and in here. And then after creating risers, you can bring it in here. If you have the risers already, then you just connect it. But if you want to create a riser in here, you can put it on, I don't know, maybe 5 meters, and then click on apply. And then you have the risers. Let's go to the 3D and let's show you what happened here. Let's assign the filters in here too. As you can see in the 3D, make sure to put the level detail on fine. As you can see, after doing that, it will create this kind of risers for you. Then maybe you can change the size of it, or I don't know, to change anything, you can easily make it. Or for example, you can bring this part a little bit up and then connect it to here. But I'm not going to spend any time on there. I just want to select these 4 and bring them up a little bit to have them in the right. Maybe first these 2, just move them. You can just eyeball them right now in here. You can use the exact dimension. Just going to show you the process, and you will get the other parts about this kind of standard things that you have to take care of when you are modeling. Okay, and we are good to go with this part, and then we have to add a junction in here and add a branch in here. And let's select the 14 first, and in here let's add in here. And if I extend with go to the modify, and if I extend this one to this one, As you see, the T connection doesn't work, and to be honest, I don't like this template, the pipe type that we brought, so I downloaded another one in here. And let's use this one instead, and I think this one will be better because I have used it in previous projects. And let's go to the plumbing and let's bring it again. Let's go to the transfer project standard. This is the project that I want to bring. Override the ones that are similar, and I just connect this one to this one. And another tip in here, you can plus tab and select all of the pipes. You can also change the type in here, which I wanted to show you. And in here, let's change it to have also Pascal standard. Let's select this one. It should be fine right now. And let's select this one and see if the ones that are changed. Okay, now let's select it and let's create the T connection that we want. Now we can see it really create this easily. And let's change this one to 14. And now you can see everything works. As I said, the previous one wasn't that great. And you bring it in here and in here. And because the connections are a little bit upper, you can create a section in here, or you can just move this section in here and create another section, this part, and to have all of them at the same time open. I close the 3D and go to this section and do the settings for that one too. And for example, for this one, for the cold water, I can bring it down. You can just bring and click on type and bring it down a little bit. And let's say, and in here, you can change the diameter in here and start and continue with the right diameter in here. And let's bring it in here. And then you can just create another pipe in here and you can trim these two together. And if I go to the plumbing, you can see it will do this part for you. But if you don't want to make this extra part, you can delete maybe this part and this part, and you could bring this a little back and align this part with this part. Let's go to the section 1 again, or press WT to have all of the sections at the same time. And in here, if I bring the pipes another time down, I just can do this in here. And I want also to bring these parts a little bit upper, maybe here, and I have the connection in here. I want to bring the warm water too, and I just click in here, draw pipe, I put it on 14 and I bring it down and I will put it there to have it. Let's apply the filters in here too. Okay, then let's go to the plan and start the domestic hot water in here too. And to do that, I just create similar from this one, and 20, the height is right, and just change the system type to hot water. And let's start from here, go here, and I just continue to here. And in here we have to change the size, and I put it go a little bit forward, and then I change the size in here to 14. Then I get the connection for this one, and then I have another connection in here. To be able to do this part, I have to do something else, and maybe it's not that important to do the exact part in here. I can create another connection maybe from this part for the hot water, and then bring this part as much as I can, and then I have this connection for here. Or I can just move all of the parts a little bit upper, and then I would just in here I would just add another connection in here. Then I have it for that side too. So you have to play a little bit with the pipes to make sure everything works fine. And in here I want to create another connection, and let's put it on domestic hot water. It's fine. Let's put it on 14 millimeter, and let's add the junction in here. And because I have it already, I just align this part with this part, and now I have the pipes. I have to bring it up and draw a pipe and do this, and then trim these parts with this part. And then if we go to 3D, not this 3D, maybe 3D plumbing, you can see we have the connections in here without any problem. Then in later phases, you start to have, for example, in here, if you wanted to make it clash free, you have to break it beforehand or move these lines in different heights. It depends on yourself. And the same thing goes in here, and it's not to be honest, it's not one of the easiest part of the MEP modeling is the domestic water, and it doesn't have that much of a problem like sanitary. But if you want to also learn how to model sanitary, make sure to watch this video in here, and don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends and colleagues. I said you can download all of the files one by one on BIMobject, but if you want them as a pack file to make your work easier, you can go to our Patreon and download them there.